All right.
Hey, good
Hey,
to see you.
you too. As we all know as sellers, reviews are some of the most important things in our business. And it doesn't matter if you're starting out or you've been selling for years. What is your methodology around what you call the 6-star experience?
Yeah, so the 6-star experience is basically, if you think about it for a second, the reviews that we want are all 5 stars, right? If you even get 4 stars, it gets us closer to 4 than to 5. So you're going to fall it like once we drop down to 4.2, we are a 4-star product at that point. So basically to get to 5 stars, we should aim for 6.
Mm-hmm. And so what are some of those things that would be involved in that?
So the 6-star experience is really 6 points. So the first one is the product actually works. So the product does what it's supposed to do. We are in 2023, so you should really have a product that does what it's supposed to do. And a lot of times you get a sample from China on a product you worked for 6 months or something, and it's not really, it doesn't work as it should, and you're like, oh, I worked 6 months on this, we're going to launch it anyway. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Like you want to have a product that actually works. And second point is you want to have a product that people know how to use and install that product. So you want to have clear instructions, video instructions, everything they need to make it sure they understand it. Patience is 0 these days.
Yeah.
So people want to open it up and use it, right? So it goes on and on, right? Like customer support is important and so on. But then the 6-star, and this is what most people don't do, is what I call over-deliver and surprise. And that has a few points inside of it as well.
You mentioned customer support, and one of the things that I've heard you differentiate between is customer support versus customer experience.
Yeah, so customer support is reactive. What I mean by that is when we get messages from customers on Amazon, they usually complain, right? They don't say, oh, I love your product, right? They don't say that. They say, I have a problem, I need to fix it, or they go to your website or email you or whatever. It's usually a problem with the product. Customer experience is being proactive with whatever it is you do. Jeff Bezos was the one who said that if your customers don't talk to you, don't tell you anything, then everything is good. That's what good customer support should look like, But customer experience is really going over the top. So they would want to tell you your product is amazing, your company is amazing, what you're doing is amazing, and so on, right? So that's like a good customer experience. So we are trying to do a lot of different things to make the customers want to call us out and post about us on social media and so on.
So you do a lot of things to get that customer experience. Can you tell us some of what those are?
Sure. So basically the way we see it is by the time the customer gets the product, use it, throw it away, in that entire timeline, we want to create every touch point with the product is an opportunity to create a unique experience, right? So anything from when they open up the packaging, the inserts, the product itself, the instructions, everything is an opportunity to create a unique experience. And we also think about a part of the experience we are trying to achieve is if the product is a cool gift to the target customer, we did something right. If you as like the product owner, the brand owner feel comfortable enough to give it to your mom or grandma or whatever, right? Whoever is the target customer, that's amazing. That's what you want to get to in that level.
We spoke at Prosper together on subject of profitability, and we've talked for hours and hours about what does that look like in a business. What would you say to any seller are the things to focus on to get more out of your margins?
What I can say is that a seller needs to treat their business as if they sold it today and what they would do as the buyer. Because the buyer is going to come in and take it apart, right? They're going to reach out to new suppliers, get new quotes. They're going to see if they can shrink anything in the packaging. They're going to see all of those different things. They're going to do PPC audits, right? Sellers maybe use an agency or an in-house solution, but why not do 3 PPC audits right now with 3 different agencies just to see where you stand if you do things correctly?
And you talk about cash flow. There are different ways to kind of manipulate how you do things, which most people don't think about that you have brought up before.
What most sellers do is they ship out, they produce goods for like 3-4 months and then they ship it out to a 3PL in the US and then they just, how do you say? Like
transferring.
Like drip it into Amazon, right? Like every week or every 2 weeks. That's fine. That's one strategy. But they waste a lot of money and a lot of money sits in inventory and also in the 3PL. So what we recommend to do is to pay, let's say, the deposit of 30% for the 3 months of stock, and then every month just ship 1 month of stock directly into Amazon if they can.
Mm-hmm. And that controls their cash flow because they're only paying for what's shipping.
Exactly. Yeah. And you can also use your supplier as a warehouse in a lot of cases as well. So they just store it for free for a month or two. And that's great as well.
Yeah. So what is your book about?
Yeah, so it's basically about Amazon, but unlike all the other books on Amazon that are like how to sell on Amazon, this is more for active sellers. So anyone who is actively selling on Amazon, the book is written for them, anything from product research to launch, but I also cover systems and people and hiring and exiting if that's what you want to achieve at the end. So it covers pretty much everything.
Well, it was great to talk to you, and I'm sure we'll catch
Always
up
good
again.
to see you. Yeah.
Awesome.